In 1989, NBC executives made a shocking decision. They told Michael Landon, their biggest star for 30 years, that they were done with him. This was the man who gave them 3 massive hits and millions in profits. But something had changed. Stories were spreading about what really happened on his sets. Female actors were finally speaking out about years of harassment and humiliation. His drinking had spiraled so out of control that crew members feared for their safety. The wholesome image America loved was crumbling, and Hollywood was ready to cut him loose. Michael Landon was born on Halloween night in 1936 in Forest Hills, Queens. His real name was Eugene Maurice Owowitz. His father was a Jewish actor and theater manager. His mother was an Irish Catholic dancer and comedian. Their religious differences filled the home with arguments. His mother hated Jews. His father hated Catholics. Eugene felt caught in the middle. He often felt like he didn't belong anywhere. When he had his bar mitzvah, Peggy ruined it. She told him she had secretly baptized him as a baby. She said the ceremony was just a joke. That moment stayed with him forever. It made him feel confused and lost. Life at home was full of fear. His mother tried to kill herself many times. Once during a beach trip, she walked into the ocean. She called out to Eugene, saying she was going to end her life. He was only 10. He couldn't swim well, but he ran into the water anyway. He punched her in the face to bring her back to shore. She acted like nothing had happened. She played with his sister in the sand. Eugene said this was the worst day of his life. The stress made him sick. He threw up often because he was so scared. His mother's suicide attempts haunted him. He always felt it was his job to save her. Another struggle was his bedwetting. This problem lasted until he was 12. Instead of helping him, his mother made it worse. She hung his wet sheets out the window for the neighbors to see. She timed it so the school bus would come by at that moment. Eugene raced home every day to hide the sheets. Sometimes he sneaked off to the laundromat to clean them himself. The shame stayed with him for years. Later, he turned this pain into a TV movie, The Loneliest Runner. It showed a boy dealing with the same humiliation. Eugene found relief in sports. He became a star at Collingswood High School in New Jersey. In 1954, he set a national record in javelin with a throw of 193 feet 4 inches. USC gave him an athletic scholarship. He dreamed of the Olympics. But in his first year, things fell apart. His throws lost distance. Trying to fix it, he tore the ligaments in his shoulder. His sports career was over. He had to leave USC. He worked odd jobs, like loading freight and pumping gas. His dreams seemed crushed. But that failure opened a new door. While working at a gas station near Warner Brothers, someone asked him to join an audition. He agreed. His deep emotions impressed the casting directors, but his name didn't fit Hollywood. He picked Michael Lane from a phone book, but that name was taken. Then he saw Landon and became Michael Landon. That name change marked the start of his new life. His big break came in 1957. I Was a Teenage Werewolf was made for only $82,000. It earned $2 million. Audiences loved his intense acting. He became a teen idol overnight. His performance spoke to young people's fears and struggles. Even Stephen King said the werewolf's change felt like puberty rage. The film's success brought more offers. Michael was on his way. Before the werewolf film, he had worked hard in TV. His first starring role was in Telephone Time in 1956. He played Casper Hauer. He soon appeared in shows like Playhouse 90 and The Restless Gun. By 1959, he had guest starred in over a dozen series. He often played outlaws or troubled young men. People saw his talent and work ethic. That same year, he starred in The Legend of Tom Doley. It was a small film about a Confederate soldier who killed by mistake. His acting caught the eye of David Torr. Dorr offered him the role of Little Joe in Bonanza. That changed everything. Without that film, there might have been no Bonanza, no Little House on the Prairie, and no Highway to Heaven. Even with his success, Landon struggled inside. Growing up with 2 religions made him feel like he didn't belong. He once said he couldn't date in high school because no Christian father wanted a Jew dating his daughter. That pain stayed with him. It shaped the characters he played. People who cared about outsiders, about kindness, and about faith. He never fully followed one religion, but he explored deep themes of forgiveness and redemption in his work. From early on, Landon wanted control over his work. He didn't just act. He learned about lighting, writing, and production. This drive made him demanding at times. He admitted he could act like a spoiled child, but that need for control made him one of TV's most powerful forces. In 1959, Michael Landon was just 22 years old when he got the role that changed everything. He became Little Joe Cartwright on Bonanza, a new kind of Western that would shape television history. Bonanza wasn't just any show. It was one of the first to be shown in full color. The cast was packed with strong personalities. Lauren Green played Ben Cartwright. Pernell Roberts was Adam. Dan Blocker brought host to life. But it was Michael Landon who gave the show a special kind of energy. As the youngest of the Cartwright brothers, he won over viewers. With his charm and vulnerability, the show took off fast. It became a Sunday night tradition across America. It ran for 14 seasons and aired for 30 episodes. At its peak in the mid-1960s, it was the #1 show in the country with 350 million people watching. Around the world, Landon's rise was incredible. He went from a little-known actor to a global star. He was one of just 3 actors who appeared in every season of the show. The others were Lauren Green and Victor Sun Young. As the years went by, Landon's star only grew brighter. By the early 1960s, fans couldn't get enough of him. He got more fan mail than any of his co-stars. NBC noticed his huge popularity gave him power. In 1962, he wrote his first script for Bonanza. It wasn't easy. He said it was one of the hardest things he ever did. He finished it in just 2 days, but it drained him. Still, he kept going. In time, he wrote 21 episodes.